thing for sure, Jamaica is in Africa. I don't care what the geographers say. Because do you know how much that scarred me when I was 10? Do you understand? I'm sorry.
So, I think it's safe to say that there are a few Africans growing up who genuinely thought that Jamaica was in Africa. And I am guilty. I am one of those people who genuinely thought Jamaica was an African country. And I remember growing up, my dad used to play Bob Marley so much. And on top of that, the vinyl, we used to call it LPs, the cover was clearly a black African man. So it didn't make sense that if anyone had to tell me, no, this man is not in Africa or from Africa, you know, he's obviously African, but that Jamaica's not in Africa. It made no sense. But I know better now, guys. I'm grown up, but I do know something. So there's this other African country, and they do not consider themselves black. I don't even know if they think they're African. It's a blue flag, and no, it's not Botswana, but maybe if we can like swap them with the Caribbean. Just a thought. Use it, don't use it.
Good people on the island and in the diaspora, what a blessing it is to have you right here or with me on my YouTube channel. This is the Diaspora Review, and as always, I'm your host, your favorite host, Sam, and I'm also glad that you could join us today on this episode. Before we dive into today's topic, I'd be super grateful if you could do these 3 quick and easy steps for me. So it really brings it really helps the channel to grow and to reach a more wider audience, to people just like you. So just like this video, share it with your friends, the people you know that they will enjoy it. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for your kindness. So guys, let me tell you something today, and I think it's kind of funny, something that really scared our speaker when she was a kid, and it's a total humorous way of course. So for the longest time, she genuinely believed that Jamaica was in Africa. Definitely, even me, I used to think that Jamaica was part of the African continent. Yeah, despite what all the maps and the geography book say, in her young mind, Jamaica was definitely an African country. And I know most of you guys who are in Africa, you also thought that the same way. So when she finally came and learned the truth, it was a proper shock to her, and she remembered thinking, how was it possible that a country has black people, but it was in the Caribbean? It is not even part. It is not even part of the African continent. This brings some of these perceptions. And speaking of perceptions, I have been spending a lot of time scrolling through online comments, and especially those about Africa's development and its journey towards unity, and not forgetting something truly heartwarming has consistently stood out to me. There is one particular group of people who without fail always, and I mean always, show up with unwavering support for the continent. Yeah, so no matter what the conversation is, Jamaica has been there consistently supporting the African continent, and if it's tackling some tough criticism, this group is always there championing for Africa. They are consistently advocating for African solidarity, and affirming that deep sense of collective identity we share. So can you guess the country I'm talking about? Of course, I've just mentioned it. That's right. Your guess is good as mine. It's our Jamaican brothers and sisters. So their consistent positive contributions are just incredible to witness. This is something that it really warms my heart, and it also brings to my mind about my own childhood confusion fueled largely by some of these Caribbean artists like Bob Marley, you know, listening to their music, listening to people like I think the Wailers, it was a group of Bob Marley, you know. So you know what these like they clearly showed a black man, and in my mind that solidified the connection, you know. Like I knew this is a country of black people, so definitely it must be in Africa, and therefore Jamaica had to be in Africa too, you know. Of course I know better now, I'm all grown up, and uh, there is that deeply ingrained influence in me that I always believe that Jamaican people were part of us. So there is also another fascinating observation about an African nation, one with a flag, you know, with a blue flag, whose citizens surprisingly don't always consider themselves black or even African, you know. And I'm talking about our neighboring country here, Somalia. It is really interesting about point about identity, and it sometimes makes me playfully wonder if we could do a swap with the Caribbean country Jamaica, so that the Somali people can go to Jamaica and Jamaicans can come to Somalia, because Jamaicans, they truly identify as African. So I want us to watch some of these clips, and then I'll be back to share my deeper analysis and really dig into these fascinating connections. So guys, I want you to stay tuned. If you haven't liked this video, can you like it, share this video, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. I'll be back with my further commentary.
Do you know there's something that I've picked up, right, when going through people's comments about Africa, about the development of Africa, about Africans coming together as a collective, about BRICS, etc., you know, and how it will benefit Africa. And there is a specific group of people that consistently, if you go through the comments, are there. And this is me giving them a shout out for constantly and always being supportive of Africa. And these are the Jamaicans. Without fail, under anything positive or anything negative about Africa, you will find Jamaicans supporting Africa, standing up for Africa, and just being part of the conversation and always saying that we are one. So this is me saying thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. That was some thought-provoking stuff, and I want to pick up on something I touched on earlier, something that truly shaped my understanding, or rather my misunderstanding of geography. That moment when I felt like I felt scared at the tender age of 10 years old. Imagine this. For years you believe something so completely, so fundamentally, that it's just a part of your worldview. For me, or for the speaker in our video, that belief Jamaica was in Africa is something that I hold on to this conviction with all my might and strength, despite what the geographers say. When when I was finally told the truth, it was more than just a factual correction. It was an emotional revelation. Do you know how much that scared the speaker? And I genuinely felt a sense of dismay for her, like a piece of my personal puzzle being abruptly reshuffled. You know, this is what this wasn't just about knowing where a country was on a map. It felt deeply personal, almost affecting my sense of belonging and how I saw the world connection. So this strong feeling I had as a child about Jamaica's location wasn't just random. It was deeply rooted in my personal experiences and observations, much like how all our early perceptions are formed. For instance, the lady in the video was talking about her father, who was a huge Bob Marley fan. His music was constantly playing in their house. And if you remember, those old vinyl LP covers, they clearly depicted what I, as a young boy, perceived as a black African man. The combination of consistently hearing Bob Marley's music and seeing his image, which my speaker was talking about, which directly associated with Africa, created an undeniable link in my mind. So something that I'd like to speak here today, it is for so many people, right? Even right now, I think it is because there is a lot of technological advancement. You know, while I was growing up, I was born 23 years ago, of course. So while I was growing up 20 years ago, there was no AI, there was not so much technological advancement. We only used to rely on news from the television, listening to radios or reading newspapers. But I couldn't fathom that Jamaica wasn't part of Africa. So when I came to realize that Jamaica was not in Africa, I was like, yo guys, what are you saying? What are you trying to mean? These people just look like us. We use their slang in our country, you know, we enjoy their music, they have influenced even our culture. So I was like, you know, this is what I felt like Jamaica was part of a country in Africa, you know. I mean, was part. I mean, it was a country in Africa, and me knowing that it was not a country in Africa, it blew my mind. Of course, it blew my mind. Of course, so one of my wishes before I leave this world is to at least visit that famous Caribbean country, a country of at least 3 million people, but the way it has influenced people across the world through their music, their fashion, talk about their culture, their language, their culinary, you know, it's just amazing. And I don't know what you guys think about this video, but I'd like to know more of it in the comments. I know some of you do ask me in the comments, like, you're in Africa, you talk about Jamaica. I do talk about other countries in Africa. I like to talk about my country, Kenya. I like to talk about countries like South Africa, Nigeria, because Ghana. These are countries that I feel like I just, you know, there is that sense of unity and togetherness. We as the black people, the black nation, and that is what makes me talk about Jamaica most of my time. So when you see me talk about Jamaica, kindly do not condemn me. Keep on encouraging me. Let us become a family. Let us become a community. Always consider to subscribe, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, of course, and turn on post notifications so that every time I post a new video, you'll be the first person to get notified about it. But right about now, I hope to see you in my next video. This has been the Diaspora View, and I'm your host, Sam. Peace out.